Hello, today my 2012 NFL Week 8 predictions, and last week I probably had the best week of picking in my life. Uh, I went 12-1. The only game I missed was the Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati game where I did pick Cincinnati to win that game. That was my only game I did miss. So I went 12-1, really good week for me, and hope to continue my success in week 8 here. Other teams with the buys are Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati, and Houston. So only 4 teams in the bye this week, not 6 as last week. Um, so starting out with the game tonight, Tampa Bay at Minnesota, and for me, I think that maybe if it was in Tampa Bay, give the Buccaneers a little more of a shot at this one. But I think especially it being in Minnesota, I think that the Vikings get a win, and I think Christian Ponder will erase those turnovers from the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I think Percy Harvin. I think he'll have a big game in the special teams, a big game in a running game, and a big game in a receiving game. I think that he does everything, and I think he's the best player along with Adrian Peterson too. So I think they're a pretty good team. I think they do make the playoffs as a wild card this year. Gotta go with Minnesota on this one. Next game is Miami at the Jets, and I don't know if this will be an upset or not, but I'll go with the Dolphins on this one. It is in New York, and the Jets played really well last week versus the Patriots, and Mark Sanchez was a little bit better, still too inconsistent for me. I think Ryan Tannehill has developed into a really good quarterback already in his rookie season, so I think that the Dolphins will win this game. A very close game. I'll say about 30-28, 31-28, somewhere around that range. I'll go with the Dolphins. Next game is San Diego at Cleveland, and I'm really tempted to say Cleveland just because they seem to be playing better, and the Chargers had a very bad performance 2 weeks ago versus the Broncos. In the second half of this bullet, and Philip Rivers, in my opinion, is not even a top 15 quarterback. I consider him in the mid 20s, low 20s. I'll put him there, but I don't think he's a very good quarterback because he can't finish games with a lot of receptions, turns the ball over too much, and I think that any other team but the Browns here, or maybe the Chiefs, I think that the Chargers would lose, but I think the Chargers will find a way to somehow win this game here. Gotta go with the Chargers. New England at St. Louis, but this is not in St. Louis. It's in London. So it's not. I would not want to be have a home wasted a home game, not in your home stadium. So it'll be a little bit easier on the Patriots, and I see them winning this game pretty easily. I think Tom Brady's a big game, along with Wes Welker and Rob Gronkowski. Next game is pretty much a no-doubter. Jacksonville versus Green Bay. You have a terrible team versus a good team. Terrible team versus a great team. Actually, I think the Packers are second or third best in the NFC. And I see Green Bay just blowing Jacksonville out, especially being Green Bay. Jacksonville has no chance whatsoever. Next game is Atlanta at Philadelphia, and I know Andy Reid, 12 or 13 off the bye? He's one of those two. And that's going to end. His streak's done. I don't see them. I don't care if it's in Philly. I think that the Eagles are just way too inconsistent team. They have talent, but they don't perform well. And I think that Matt Ryan will have a pretty good big game. And I think Roddy White is such a good receiver. Him and Jones. So I think that I think the Eagles will make it close. But with their performance versus the Dolphins 2 weeks ago, I got to go with the Falcons on this one. Next game is Washington at Pittsburgh, and I think that Pittsburgh will win. I know RG3, he's had a great season, and I think he'll have another big game to once again continue to have success. But I think that the Steelers will find a way to win. I go with the Steelers, especially for them being home, especially. Next game is the Colts at the Titans, and I'm a Colts fan, so I gotta go with the Colts. I think it'd be a really tough pick if I wasn't even a Colts fan, but I think that they're gonna get their first road win. They really struggled on the road, and I think that they fixed some problems that they had on the road. I think Andrew Luck minimizes the turnovers, and I think Reggie Wayne's in their big game, and I think the Colts will win a very close one. I'll say the Colts in this one. Next game is Seattle at Detroit, and I think this will be a good game too because Detroit's having a struggling season. It's in Detroit. But I think Seattle will find a way to win. Now I got to go with the Seahawks on this one. Next game is Carolina at Chicago, and what can you say about Cam Newton? He's just his body language on and off the field is very good, and I think he's got to take the team and be a leader. He is a leader, and he needs to be one here. And so until I see Cam Newton have success on and off the field and be mentally tough, I think that the Bears will win this game. I don't see the Panthers really winning that many games this year until Cam turns around. He's a quarterback. He has to be a leader on his team, from especially what he did last year. I think he's putting too much pressure on himself. All the high expectations from last year. Such a good rookie season. He comes in here and he tries to force things. Tries to force some passes that he doesn't want to throw. And I think the Bears are, an elite team in the NFL. And Jay Cutler, I think, will have a pretty big game, especially being at home versus the Carolina defense. I'll go with the Bears on this one. Next game is Oakland at Kansas City, and in my opinion, Kansas City is the second worst team behind the Jacksonville Jaguars in the league. And I think Oakland, they're not a very good team at all. But I see that what's his name, Carson Palmer. I think that I think he's doing pretty good this year, really do. And I think it'll be decently close to in Kansas City. But Brady Quinn's the starting QB. In my opinion, he's not much of a scrub. No, he's not a bad quarterback. But I think that the Raiders do win this game. Next game is the Giants at Dallas. And I don't see the Cowboys finishing off a season sweep of the Giants, and I don't think Eli will let that happen. And I see the Cowboys. They played pretty well the last 2 weeks, but I think the Giants are another elite team in the NFC. I gotta go with the Giants on this one. Next game is New Orleans versus the Broncos, and the Broncos going off that big game on Monday night versus the Chargers 2 weeks ago before their bye, coming off from 24-0 at half, going up to win. It was a great game, and Peyton Manning was vintage Peyton Manning. And I'm at the continuing success versus that pathetic. I think it's a good word to describe the Saints defense. Absolutely pathetic. And I see the Broncos putting up 35, 42 points of really high scoring. I see Drew Brees having a pretty decent game too, but I see it being about 42, 31. I think the Broncos do win this game, especially being at home now. Broncos. Next game is San Francisco at Arizona, and I think that San Francisco will win this game. Even though Arizona's being at home, in my opinion, Skelton's just not a very good quarterback. I think if they had a Kyle, they have a better chance. But they're starting to settle down, with losing some more games. So I think the 49ers are another elite team in the NFC once again. I gotta go with the 49ers on this one. I guess got the easy button, so.
That was easy.
I just love that button. I just love doing it.
That was easy.
You play Madden and Call of Duty and whatnot. You destroy somebody and you simply press.
That was easy.
That was easy. I love that button. So you should definitely get one of those. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like. If you want to see more of these, subscribe and comment your picks. I like to see what other people think. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
That was easy.